the day the war started. Like we had gone to sleep because we had classes the next day, so we were just sleeping and we just heard a loud sound. Breaking news: the war in Ukraine has started. This is actually happening. Yeah, that was my first reaction. People started running left, right, helter skelter, and I was in the bunker for 5 days. And let me just go. Let me just leave here. At that moment, I was just thinking about my life.
Hello everyone, this is your girl Miss P. Welcome to our first podcast called The Unheard. Today we have our first voice, Pascalyn. Hello Pascalyn, how are you doing? Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Please tell us more about yourself.
My name is Pascalyn. I am Nigerian. I'm Christian and I'm a medical student who was studying in Ukraine but is now studying in Serbia.
Okay, thank you. So tell us more about your experience here in Serbia. Since Serbians don't speak much English, how do you find that? How do you work around at that fact?
Well, thanks to Google Translate. Yeah, Google Translate helps us. I feel like a good number of Serbians speak English, so when I need help, I just ask, oh please, do you speak English? I just ask around, and there's definitely one person that speaks English around that helps as well. So either that or Google Translate. So yeah.
Okay, since you mentioned that you were studying in Ukraine, can you tell us about your experience in Ukraine and why you decided to come specifically in Serbia? We have Italy, we have Hungary, we have a lot of countries. Why Serbia?
So I was studying medicine in Ukraine and then the war happened. That's why I had to go back to Nigeria and try to transfer to different schools and all. And after some time, found out that Serbia was accepting students. It was literally the only place accepting students from Ukraine for transfer. So that's why I transferred here. And I'll say my experience so far has been lovely. I actually do like Serbia a lot. It's really calm, especially this city. It's so calm and quiet. It just fits my vibe. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Can you tell us more about your experience during the war in Ukraine? How was it? Yes. Okay. How did you feel? Felt like, oh my god, this is the end of time.
Yes, definitely. I remember the day the war started, we had gone to sleep because we had classes the next day, so we were just sleeping and we just heard a loud sound. It was so loud, it was it's an explosion, obviously. But at the time we didn't know, and that was what woke me up. I'm like, oh, what's happening? My roommates also woke up, and then we just said, okay, it's nothing serious, let's sleep back. As we were about to sleep back, we heard another one, it just continuously, and that's when my roommate pulled out her phone and breaking news: the war in Ukraine has started, this and that. That moment right there was oh my god, the initial shock, because I didn't believe that they would actually fight a war. We had rumors that things were going on, Ukraine and Russia, having arguments and all, but we didn't think that it would actually escalate into a war. So that shock of, oh, this is actually happening, yeah, that was my first reaction. Then after the shock came fear. I was so scared. I was shaking, and then everyone is calling, family, friends. I don't even know how I felt that day, but I don't know, it was just so overwhelming. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So after the night, it became morning. What was going on? Can you tell us more? What was going on till the day you decided that no, we have to leave this place?
My school, I think they're really good in protecting us. They took us to this bunker opposite our hostel, and then we were there for a while. And then after that, there was a whole stampede. People started running left, right, helter skelter, and some people were just you know what, I'm going to leave Ukraine. Everybody was just trying to find a way to get out here. So a lot of people left. My parents told me that I shouldn't go because I might be running into the direction of the danger. So they made me wait behind and just stay in the bunker and try to assess things from there. And I was in the bunker for like 5 days after the war started before I now left. And the reason why I left was because I had information from people who went earlier. They texted me and they said, oh, so this is how you should go. Enter this train. From this train, enter this bus. From this bus, enter this train. And then you can live through this country and that. So that was like just having that information. I was like, okay, now this is a one-way road. So let's leave it.
So you decided to use someone else's information. What if that point in time the bomb is about to hit that particular place? Was it hitting random or it was just at specific places?
It wasn't random, to be honest. It wasn't so random. It was like the border side, and like there's one place they were fighting over that side, and yeah, it wasn't just randomly hitting anyway. And also there were breaks in the shootings and all. It wasn't like 24/7. Exactly. They will take breaks. Like during the day there's not too much, but at night they continue the shooting and they all. So yeah, I think that's why I was people. I don't know. I just needed information, and people just. I mean, I'm glad I didn't go early, because with the kind of person that I am, if I had gone that time, something would have happened to me, or I would have, burnt out, or I don't know, something would have happened to me. So me not going at that time, I feel like I left at the best time that I was supposed to leave for me. Yeah. So yeah.
So the moment you took, what did you take with you? You took your belongings with you, and you were like, I'm going out to the outside world where the bombing, the guns are happening. What did you feel?
Honestly, I didn't take much. I just took my laptop, my phone, few clothes, and food, because ahead of the journey ahead, it wasn't going to be easy, and also I took a lot of food, and I just left. I wasn't thinking anything serious. I was just like, I just want to leave, you understand? Let me just go. Let me just leave here. And that was it. Like, you're not thinking much in that moment. Look, I want to pick this bag or pick this shoe. Or we left everything.
Tell me,
everything.
I have like, I'm attached to some of my clothes. We're like, I will never see these. I will never get to see these. How do you come to this decision? You're leaving your valuables, you bought clothes, you're a university student. Yeah. Definitely you have a lot of clothes and stuff. But now you're just supposed to leave those type. We invest in our clothes. Now you're supposed to be leaving those clothes. How was it?
At that moment, I was just thinking about my life.
Fair enough.
Because the material things can be bought again. I know you love this thing a lot, but like,
fair enough,
nothing is more valuable than life. So that was all on my mind. Let me just be safe. Yeah, that was it. And yeah, that was
your journey between coming out of the bunker and finally getting in the place where you feel like, I'm safe now. Now, how was it?
It was a long journey. From the bunker, we went to the train station. I was in Kyiv, that's the capital city of Ukraine. So it was like a 3-day journey from Kyiv to Hungary. It was so long. Like, there were just so many things going on, and in that moment, you're not really paying attention to those things. You're just trying to get out. That's why I wasn't really. So first of all, at the train station, there was a lot of racism. There were just many things going on. But like I said, I wasn't paying attention because I was just trying to go out. I wasn't thinking too much about it. Then the train came and it was full, no space. All the coaches were full. So we had to stay on the corridor of the train. That's where we stood till we got to Hungary. Like, imagine that. It was crazy. People were sleeping standing. Like, it was a whole experience, honestly, that I don't even wish on anybody, because it's not something nice at all. But in all, like, I'm just glad that we survived it, to be honest. I left with some of my friends, so I wasn't alone. I also like that I wasn't alone, gents, and we had each other to, encourage each other. I think that was, like, really beautiful.
Speaking of 3 days in a row, like, okay, you guys had food. What about your cell phone? Where would you charging?
The train.
How was communication?
Yeah,
network things, were they?
The network wasn't so long. It wasn't so stable. Sorry. It was, but then the train had charging ports. We used to take turns. We used to take turns to charge. Yeah, that's what we used to do. And then if we're not going to sit and be scrolling on TikTok, because you're trying to save the energy in your phone, right? So You just charge, keep it like every hour, update your family, update your parents, put off your phone, come back. Like, you're not trying to waste anything. And for food, we had water. Nicely, they shared some fruits on the train as well. So we just there, like the only thing we had was hope. We're just hoping, let's get to where we are going safely. That was all that was on our mind. Yeah.
So how was the tension and the situation back home? Like, they don't know where you are. Yes, you are trying to communicate, but how was the situation?
It was terrible. It was really terrible because I feel like people far away, they'll feel it different from you that's there. I was even trying to assure and reassure my family that don't worry, we're fine. Like, everything is okay.
It's not as serious as they see it in the media,
yes,
the social
it's
media.
Serious, but it's not that serious, and we're fine. Like, everything will be okay. But it was like, they wish they could just switch places with me. They wish they were the ones that were here, especially my parents. They were so worried. Everybody was so worried. Like, it took a toll on every single person. And they didn't rest, they didn't sleep till we finally crossed over. And that's just like, it was really stressful for everybody. It was a stressful period, like, for real.
So tell us, after you've get home, how was it? Wouldn't you have, like, I have one person specifically, when she's sleeping, you see there is usually this cricket thing, she would like, and think it's a gun or something. Yeah, it's like, you see this thing that pops up at night, I think a cricket, I don't know what it is, or like, at night and any time, she just like, and she just like, and you can see it's, okay, you understand, but she's not showing it out, but she's trying to be strong. I don't know for who, because you just have to break down and let everything go.
Honestly, when I got home and saw my family, I became okay. Like, everything just became okay for me. I don't know, my family, they were really supportive. They were always there for me. They would ask me, how you feeling, how is this? And me personally, I didn't have any symptoms of anything. I felt okay. Everything was good with me. Like, I didn't have anything disturbing me or stuff
Speaking
like that.
Speaking of strong women, huh? Speaking of strong women, huh?
Maybe I was strong. Maybe it's just my coping mechanism. I don't know, but I didn't experience any trauma. Like, yes, trauma, but like PTSD or all those kind of things. No, nothing. I was just okay like that. And yeah, I don't know.
So now you're back to square one. You're back in Nigeria. You left Nigeria. So now I have hope. I'm gonna be a doctor. My future is becoming more brighter. And now you're back again to square one. You're not knowing what tomorrow holds. What was going through your mind academically? Didn't you feel like, you know what, I'm done with education and stuff. It wasn't meant for me. It's a sign. You know when you need a sign, no, it's a sign. This is it.
Yeah, it was so hard. That was like the hardest part. Coming back home and now starting from square one. Like, you don't even know what's going on in your life. Like, and people kept asking, okay, so what's next in your life? But you don't even know what's next in your life. Everything is just, I don't even know. Like, my friends and I, we started sending emails to school trying to transfer. That there was another long process because we got so many no's. There's every time, no, I'm sorry, we cannot, unfortunately this, and I don't even know how I did it, but I just kept sending emails, like, to schools in different countries, like, not just Nigeria or anywhere, everywhere, where I just kept sending and sending. And one day I finally got a yes, and that's Serbia, and that's why I'm here now. So yeah.
So again, you had the strength to send out to different countries. Didn't you think that history might repeat itself in a way? Those fears, were you not skeptical? Were you not skeptical that what if, let me try Africa, let me try staying in Nigeria because you've seen the signs of going abroad? Were you not skeptical, feeling that what if history repeats itself in a way?
Honestly, I just told myself that it doesn't matter. Like, everywhere is safe and everywhere is not safe. You get, like, you can be in Africa and there's still troubles there. Something can still happen there. Like, you never can predict what will happen and what would not happen. So the best you can do is just to try, aim for, like, if I had come here now and something still happened there, I'll still find my feet and move on. Do you understand? When things happen, you just learn to live with it and move on, find a solution from what happens. So I wasn't really thinking like, oh, if I go back, what if something happens again? And I didn't really reason it like that.
So to a young child who is in Nigeria looking forward, or anyone in the world who's gonna see this podcast, how can you encourage them? Because I see you tackle situations in a very different way. You just don't take everything into heart.
Yeah.
I don't know, you have your own way of coping with the situation. What can you tell a young person out there who is having a lot of difficulties, who is encountering challenges towards her future or towards whatever he wants to achieve in life?
I know everybody says this, but don't give up. Don't give up, for real, because there's something we say in Nigeria, now who give up, mess up. Like, if you give up, you lose. Like, you got to keep trying, you have to keep going, no matter how bad things are for you, no matter how things don't look good for you, you just have to keep trying. You find a way to keep trying, keep going, don't stop. Like, even the richest man in the world, he's still hustling today for more money. So you can't sit there and just give up. No, you can't do that. Keep trying, just try. It's hard.
What if it's a sign? You know, we African, we're like, it's a sign. It's a sign I shouldn't do. Study medicine, no problem. I should be studying something else. What if I take it as a sign?
You cannot be a sign. You cannot be a sign. You have to think of the future you want to have, and I think that future should push you to keep trying. That's what I'll say. Yeah, because I know the type of life I want, by God's grace, I want for myself. So I cannot say, oh, this is a sign. This is. I might have said it. There was a time I said I didn't want to study medicine again. Yes, obviously, but then I feel like when you just go back to the reason why you started in the first place, why did I start this in the first place, you fall in love with it again, you'll be fine, trust me. Yeah, so don't give up. Actually, don't just give up. That's what I'll say. Try.
Let's go and dig into your private life. Do we have someone in the picture?
No.
Okay.
No,
African Serbian guys, we have a single doctor over here.
Oh my
Please,
God.
we have a single doctor over here. Just call me. I'll make sure. I'm joking. Because of the studies, of course.
I think it's more of a personal, it's more of a personal thing. I just want to focus on myself, focus on my studies, focus on my personal growth. Right now, like, I'm not there, yes.
But one day, of course,
yeah, by
you will
God's
be
grace, yes.
invited to a wedding,
of course, why not?
Oh. Speaking of you being in Serbia, have you ever felt unwelcome or misunderstood? I personally, when someone gives me an eye, I feel that this person is, you know, that word.
No, but actually, I haven't felt unwelcome. The only thing I'll say is the number of stares. People are always staring at me, which sometimes I do not like. Like, leave me alone. But aside that, I feel like it's okay. It's not bad. Like, Serbians are nice people, and they always want to talk. Oh yeah, they like to talk to you, and sometimes I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to be on my own, but yeah, it's nice that they want to talk to you, they want to get to know you, know your background, know your culture, what's your food in your place, stuff like that. They're really nice like that, and they're very inquisitive. I like that sometimes.
What do you miss in Ukraine that they don't have in Serbia? Like, people say Ukraine, in somehow, they felt like it was better for them in Ukraine than here.
For me, it was a lot cheaper in Ukraine. Like, my parents used to send me money, and the money would be enough for me to go. Here is a little bit, it's financial difference, but we're surviving, I guess. It's not that bad. That's just like the basic difference I noticed between the two of them.
So how have you managed to rebuild since you left everything in Ukraine? How have you managed to rebuild there in Serbia? Or are you skeptical? But like, I will buy this fridge and then,
Yeah. When I first came here, I was so scared to buy anything. I was like, imagine I buy something now and then there's a situation we have to start running. I'm going to leave all these things. So I wasn't really buying stuff. I just used to buy. And now, before I buy anything, I'll think, I'll say, do I want this thing or do I need it? If it's just a want, then I'm not getting it. But if I really can't live without, like I really need it, that's the only reason why I will buy it. So I think that...
Come on, you deserve to live a bit. You should never buy
you do, but I have a shopping...
once.
I have a shopping thing. I love shopping. Things I need, things I want, things I don't even need. I'm going to get everything just because I like it. And so now just having that at the back of my mind kind of keeps me grounded. Yeah.
That's not nice, personally. I don't love it. If the war can end in Ukraine, would you go back?
No, I wouldn't go back. And that's because of my degree. I have already transferred once, and most medical degrees, like the medicine, thing doesn't let you transfer more than once, except it's for like a very, very, very valid reason. So because of that, I wouldn't be going back. Like Serbia is part of my life right now. So
apart from the medical thing transfer, would you like to go back to Ukraine?
Yeah, to go get my things. I left a lot there, a lot of things there. So maybe to go get my things, or maybe sell them. I don't know, make money from it, something I don't know. But yeah.
Okay, ladies, and thank you for coming. Thank you for being our first voice of the Unheard. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it. Most of the things that the media never covered for us, most of the things that they were not told to us, how people got to shift and how they personally feel about everything. So for me, Miss P, that's it from the Unheard podcast.
Thank you for inviting me, for having me on your channel, and I'm going to tell the viewers to like, subscribe, share and comment.